Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're starting a brand new series onto the channel. Yes, this is The Big Bang Theory. Very interested to see what this show has to offer. It's got 280 episodes, so it's a long one to go into, but it's also a short episode. You know, it's only 20 minutes long. Usually the shows that we post on the channel are between 45 and an hour long, and today's obviously is going to be 20-minute comedy, which again is a new genre onto the channel. Usually it's like, I don't know, fast-paced thrillers or, you know, action, but today we're going to be having the last. You know, interestingly, you know, comedy is one of my favourite categories. I've seen The Office, I've seen Friends, I've seen Parks and Recreation, I've seen Modern Family, I've seen New Girl. You know, I've seen quite a lot of comedies throughout my time, you know, How I Met Your Mother. The list can go on, but surprisingly, this has always been one that I've never actually sat down and watched, to be honest, which I'm very, very shocked about. But it's good because you guys have voted for it in the comments below. You guys want to see it, and obviously, I can't wait to see what it has to offer us. Now, interestingly, you know, putting it on the YouTube, I'm not really too sure how we're going to do the intros and the outros, and also the middle bits. Usually when you're watching it, it's quite a bit of action. You can pause it and assess the situation. I feel like this is just going to be one sit down long one episode, you know what I mean? Not many pauses, not many discussions. It's just going to be a little bit of the intro saying welcome to the channel, and a little bit of the outro saying, yeah, I really enjoyed this episode, or I think it could have done a bit more here and there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not too sure until we establish characters, roles and stories. Also, I've got to just put like a caveat in there, like if I find something funny that you might find offensive, or you find something funny that I don't find funny, that's just, you know, it's just a show. Don't take it any serious. Let's just watch it and let's just have a laugh together. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at Friends, I think it's hilarious. I love it. I think it's one of the best ones. I watched it when it was first out, kind of, and now look at it today. You know, quite a lot of people in 2023 find quite a few of the things that are actually in it quite offensive in certain situations. So just take it with a pinch of salt. You know, it's a comedy series. We're just going to sit and watch it, and hopefully it is good. You know, it's got a spin-off as well as Young Sheldon. Expecting Sheldon to be the funniest as the show progresses forward, because otherwise he wouldn't have a spin-off. But again, like I said, I'm interested to see what it has to offer us. If the YouTube videos are 10-15 minutes long, do apologise. That's just the way the show falls, isn't it? Consider it's only 20 minutes long. But without further ado, let's jump into today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like. It really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into the first episode of the first season of The Big Bang Theory.
Excuse me.
Hang on.
1 across is Aegean, 8 down is Nabokov, 26 across is MCM. See, Papa Doc's capital idea. That's Port-au-Prince.
Can I help you?
Yes. This is the high IQ sperm bank?
If you have to ask, maybe you shouldn't be here. Fill these out.
Thank you. A little extra money to get fractional T1 bandwidth in the apartment?
I know, and I do yearn for faster downloads. Some poor woman is going to pin her hopes on my sperm. What if she winds up with a toddler who doesn't know if he should use an integral or a differential to solve for the area under a curve? What's the protocol for leaving?
Bye.
Nice meeting you. You want to hear an interesting thing about stairs? If the height of a single step is off by as little as 2 millimeters, most people will trip.
New neighbor? Significant improvement over the old neighbor.
200-pound transvestite with a skin condition? Yes, she is.
We live across the hall. We don't live together. I mean, we live together, but in separate heterosexual bedrooms.
Hi.
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 Hi. Maybe we can have coffee sometime.
Oh, great.
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 Great. Bye.
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 Bye. I think we should be good neighbors. Invite her over, make her feel welcome. Hi. Again.
Hi.
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 I know that moving can be stressful, and I find that when I'm undergoing stress, that good food and company can have a comforting effect.
Oh, that's so nice. What do you guys do for fun around here?
Well, today we tried masturbating for money.
This looks like some serious stuff. Leonard, did you do this?
Actually, that's my work. Just some quantum mechanics with a little string theory doodling around the edges. That part there, that's just a joke. It's a spoof of the Born-Oppenheimer approximation.
I have a board. If you like boards, this is my board.
Holy smokes.
If by holy smokes you mean a derivative restatement of the kind of stuff you can find scribbled on the wall of any men's room at MIT, sure. That's where I sit.
Sit next to me.
No, I sit there.
What's the difference?
In the winter, that seat is close enough to the radiator to remain warm, and yet not so close as to cause perspiration. It faces the television at an angle that is neither direct, thus discouraging conversation, nor so far wide as to create a parallax distortion. I could go on, but I think I've made my point. Well,
Just sit somewhere else. Well, this is nice. We don't have a lot of company over.
tonight we played Klingon Boggle until 1 in the morning.
Yeah, I remember.
I resent you saying we don't have company.
I'm sorry.
That has negative social
I
implications.
said I'm sorry.
I'm a Sagittarius, which probably tells you way more than you need to know.
Yes, it tells us that you participate in the mass cultural delusion that the sun's apparent position relative to arbitrarily defined constellations at the time of your birth somehow affects your personality.
Else. Oh, I'm a vegetarian, no, except for fish and the occasional steak. I love steak.
Do you have some sort of a job?
Oh, yeah. I'm a waitress at the Cheesecake Factory. That's the story of Penny.
Well, it sounds wonderful.
It was. Until I fell in love with a jerk. 4 years I lived with him. 4 years. That's like as long as high school.
4 years to get through high school?
Even though I hate his lying, cheating guts, I still love him. Everything else, I'm all gross from moving. My stupid shower doesn't even work.
Our shower works.
Really? Would it be totally weird if I used it?
It's right down the hall.
It has been some time since we've had a woman take her clothes off in our apartment.
Remember at Thanksgiving, my grandmother with Alzheimer's had that episode?
Point taken. It has been some time since we've had a woman take her clothes off, after which we didn't want to rip our eyes out. That woman in there is not going to have sex with you.
Well, I'm not trying to have sex with her. Trying to be a good neighbor.
Oh, of course.
That's not to say that if a carnal relationship were to develop, that I wouldn't participate.
Wait till you see this.
It's fantastic. Unbelievable.
It's a Stephen Hawking lecture from MIT in 1974, before he became a pretty computer boy.
It's just not a good time.
Leonard has a lady over.
And you want us out because you're anticipating coitus?
I'm not anticipating coitus.
So she's available for coitus?
Hello.
Enchanté, mademoiselle.
Come on, I'll show you the trick with the shower.
Bonne douche. It's French for a good shower. It's a sentiment I can express in 6 languages.
Yeah, he's been the funniest so far, to be fair.
Sir, you can ask me a favor. I would do you a favor for you.
It's okay if you say no.
Oh, I'll probably say yeah.
Must we? Event A, a beautiful woman stands naked in our shower. Event B, we drive halfway across town to retrieve a television set from the aforementioned woman's ex-boyfriend. Why can't she get her own TV?
Come on, you know how it is with breakups.
No, I don't. And neither do you.
Some kind of dispute between Penny and her ex-boyfriend as to who gets custody of the TV. She just wanted to avoid having a scene with him.
I bet it's massive. I bet it's absolutely
So,
huge.
You guys work with Leonard and Sheldon at the university? I'm sorry, do you speak English?
Oh, he speaks English. He just can't speak to women. He's kind of a nerd. Juice box?
We're here to pick up Penny's TV.
Get lost.
Okay, thanks for your time.
Combined IQ of 360. We should be able to figure out how to get into a stupid building.
Now,
What do you think their combined IQ is?
Grab the door!
Alright, before we go into it, what I like about Sheldon's outfit, yeah, he's wearing the Flash jumper or t-shirt, whatever, but like the colour of the jumper that he's got underneath it kind of represents the red and the yellow that's on it. I don't know, I've seen it all episode, I've really enjoyed it. And I also think that Howard guy, he's been the funniest so far. He's actually been decent. Oh, I knew it, mate. Look at the size of him.
I'm Leonard, this is Sheldon.
From the intercom.
We're scientists.
Leonard,
What?
my mom bought me those pants.
I'm sorry. You were right about my motives. I was hoping to establish a relationship with Penny that might have someday led to sex.
You got me out of my pants.
One of my favorite places to kick back after a quest. They have a great house ale. You had your own game character. We could hang out, maybe go on a quest.
That sounds interesting. Oh my God, what happened?
Well, your ex-boyfriend sends his regards, and I think the rest is fairly self-explanatory.
Thank you so much for going and trying. You're so terrific. Clothes on, I'll get my purse, and dinner is on me, okay?
Our babies will be smart and beautiful.
Not to mention imaginary.
My food okay with you, Penny?
Sure.
We can't have Thai food. We had Indian for lunch.
So?
Both curry-based cuisines. I can see we're going to have to spell out everything for this girl.
Turn left on Lake Street and head up to Colorado. I know a wonderful little sushi bar that has karaoke. Baby, baby, don't get hooked on me.
I don't know what your odds are in the world as a whole, but as far as the population of this car goes, you're a veritable Mac Daddy.
I like how she's laughing in the background, look, and they've not cut it out. That is actually decent. So this was the pilot, you know, good for a first one. I enjoyed it. It seems like it's going to be 5 characters. You've got Raj, Howard, Leonard, Sheldon, and Penny. You know what? I've got to say, well done to me for figuring that out, to be honest. I mean, not figuring it out, but I have got short-term memory, mate. Literally, it takes me so long to remember the name. Like I said, you know, this is the first time we're going to put a comedy onto the channel. Not really too sure how we're doing the editing, if you're just going to watch it throughout completely, like we did in today's episode, and how long the videos are going to be on the YouTube, but I'm excited to see the characters grow and move forward, and there's a lot of episodes and a spin-off, so I'm expecting it to get really good. And like I said, you know, give everything a first season anyway, you know what I mean? You got to get into the first season to understand the characters and get behind them. Usually we do run a most likely to dislike characters off the show, but I feel like in comedies there's not really anyone to dislike, so I'll probably just stick a most liked characters on, because it does change per season, in my personal opinion, for the different shows that I watch anyway. You know, I do like characters, but each season somebody stands out in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? I'm excited to see, obviously, who I enjoy, if that's the same with you. But as a overall, I thought this was a decent first episode pilot into it, and there was a few laughs here and there. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So that is the pilot in the bag. I thought it was decent. Like I said, I think we've been introduced to the 5 main characters that are going to be in the show, at least for the main of this season. There's only 1 female, which is interesting. I'm thinking that maybe as the show progresses that another one will potentially come into it, you know what I mean? So it gives it the healthy balance. Also, I know that Leonard was kind of the one that was kind of more attracted towards her in today's episode, even though I thought Howard was the most entertaining. You know, he wasn't on screen as much as everybody else, but I do feel like the small period and the doses that we had, I thought he was funny. I actually thought he was funny. I did like it. You know, him, he kind of hit on her as well. You know, he was making it more obvious that he felt the attraction towards her, where Leonard was trying to be a little more subtle. And obviously he's talking to Sheldon at the end there, and he said that they're going to have beautiful, smart babies, which is interesting because I do actually feel like Penny will get with somebody. Now, I have no idea who it will be, and it'd be interesting to see, because right now it seems like everybody's quite attracted to her. This Raj, you know, didn't speak to her. Like Howard was saying, they're a bit of nerds, and he can't really speak to pretty women. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously, like I said in today's episode, Leonard was the one that was kind of showing the most attraction and affectionate towards her, and obviously they sent him to do this errand to get the TV, which he was unsuccessful. But like I said, first episode, couple of laughs here and there. It was decent and worth watching the next one, so I can't wait to see episode 2. Hopefully you guys stick around for it. If you did enjoy today's, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.